Assalamualaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Waalaikumsalam warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
So, good afternoon, everyone. So, today we are from Group 4. We will present our material we have discussed before. So, before we are going into the material, let us introduce ourselves. Let's start with me. My name is Amalia Zahra Ramadhani.
My name is Ika Damayanti. I'm Sonia Ayumanari.
My name is Alicia Salsabila.
So, the material we will present is element of poetry. So, let's move to the first material. There is the definition elements of poetry. So, what is the definition of element of poetry? Element of poetry is some aspect that make the poetry is make meaningful of the poetry. So, these elements are different aspects that characteristic this form. So, different from the techniques such as symbolism and imagery, which are the personal choice for the poet. The element of poetry are the things that category finishes as a poem. So there is many. So if you want to make some poetry, you should understand the element of poetry so that can make the poetry interest when the reader reads the poetry. So let's move with the first element. The first element there is theme. So what is theme? Theme is fundamental aspect in poetry that contribute to make the understanding the reader from the poetry. So this element represents central idea or message to the poetry to communicate. So bring the central idea or insight from the poetry. So here's the example. The example is Deeds and Rebellion. This poetry works by Thomas. So here's example that explain the poet express his rejection of passive deeds through the repetition of the phrase, where he brings genius the dying of the life. So he emphasized rebellion against the inevitability of death. So next, the second element is rhyme. So rhyme is when the final stress syllables and sometimes preceding unstressed ones of two or more words. So rhyme is like in the final line on the poetry. Like here there's the examples. I come from house of good and earth. I make a sun, Sally, and sparkle of among the fern to Baker John Valley. Here's poetry by Brooke Alfred Tennyson. So you can see the first line and the third line there have assigned final syllables. Use her and her, and the second and the last line there is the same final sound. So this example using letter A B. So next element will present by Anissa.
Okay, the next material is stanza. A stanza is poetic arrangement that invites lines in the block. Similar to paragraph, it adds structure to a point by semantic interval. But this is optional. Stanza can be used in various ways, demonstrating the rhyme scheme and managing features like tempo and atmosphere. They can be used to express themes or moods in poem. The example of that is a stanza consisting of two lines that usually rhyme. The time is out of joy, a poor spot. That ever I was born to set it right. This excerpt from Shakespeare's where the two line rhymes is A, fight and right. governs the entire world, while characteristics such as rhyme system and meter vary from line to line and stanza to stanza. A poem from a compass the full structure, rhyme scheme, and meter of the world. The example is epic, sonnet, ode, and haiku. Next is figurative language. Figurative language is a crucial element in poetry that enhances the beauty, depth, and emotional impact of a poem. Types of figurative language is simile, metaphor, personification, hyperbole, apostrophe, synecdoche, metonymy, and understatement.
So I will give the example from figurative language. The first example is simile. A simile compares one thing to the another using the word like or as. For example, the grass was as green as an emerald. The second is metaphor. Metaphor is compares one thing to the another by saying one thing is another. For example, he was a ray of sunshine. So the next element is the meter. So meter refers to a rhyme pattern of stressed and unstressed similes. Common types in the meter. The first is the lembic meter. So lembic meter is where unstressed similes followed by stressed similes. The example is the William Shakespeare sonnet 18. Shall I compare the two as summer's days? And the second is toric meter. So toric meter is the stressed similes followed by unstressed similes. For example, is the William Blake the tiger. Tiger, tiger, burning bright. And the next is the imagery. So imagery in poetry is used for to describe something that reader can see, hear, smell, or taste, or feel. And the types of imagery, as the first is visual. Visual describe about what the reader can see. The example is from T.S. Eliot's Brilliance. The example is spinning capped horse. And the next and the two is auditory. Auditory is describe about the sounds. The example poetry is the High White by Alfred Moyes. Galloping horse. And the third is olfactory. Olfactory is described about smell. The example poetry is Prelude by T.S. Eliot. The smell of speech. And the fourth is tactile. It's described about touch or feeling. The example poetry is I wonder lonely as a cloud by Wordsworth. The example poetry is daffodil dancing. And the last one is the gustatory. Gustatory is described about taste. The example poetry is The Lion, the Witch, and the Wardrobe by C.S. Lewis. Turkish Delight. And the next material will be presented by Sonia.
Okay, thank you, Ika. And the next material is solidifies. Solidifies sonnets. The sonnet is the solidifies in poetry, where the repetition of four songs written words that are close together creates a musical quality. And this technique enhances the rhythm and emotional impact. And the example for a sonnet is T.S. Eliot, The Love Song of G. Alfred Prufrock. The repeat of songs in I Grow Old is contribute to the poem rhythm. And the next material is tone. Tone is the rhetor, attitude, chord,
so the reader feels about the poem. And the tone has several types like formal tone, friendly tone, and optimist tone. And the next material is tone. Tone is the writer attitude toward the subjects or audience, influencing how the readers feel about the poem. And tone has several types like formal tone, friendly tone, and optimist tone. And example, the poetry of tone is passionate tone in Kevin Young. I'm trying to break your heart. The poet describes a speaker who goes back and forth between hating, loving, and wanting to control his ex-lover. And the next material is the conclusion. So the conclusion of poetry is defined by key elements, including matter, standards, frame, scans, which structure is formed and contribute to its uniqueness, and then provide meaning to find elements like imagery and diction. And figurative language gives meaning and tone reflects the mood, attitude, shaping the reader emotional response. And so together, these elements create the complex and expressive nature of poetry. So that's all for this.
So that's all from our we can present to all of you. So if you all have a question, you can ask. Okay, any question? Okay.
May I ask you guys a question? Right. But before that, let me introduce myself. I am Muhammad Indra from Group 5 again. And I would like to ask you guys about your figurative language. So, what is the difference between metaphor and symbol?
Okay, I think I will answer the question from Mr. Indra. So, your question is the difference between simile and metaphor. So, in simile, you can take a look in here. So, simile is using word, a compare word like us. The example are you are beautiful like flower, using like. But the other hand, in metaphor, that directly just using the word like you are my flower. So let me explaining with you in Indonesian English. So simile itu dia lebih ke kayak perandaian. Sedangkan kalau metafor itu dia lebih kayak membicarakan secara langsung gitu. Jadi kalau di simile itu kita biasanya menggunakan, kalau di Indonesia biasanya menggunakan seperti, kayak gitu loh. Tapi kalau metafor itu dia secara langsung ngasih taunya.